Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and a warm welcome to all of you. My name is Shriyal Setumadhavan and I'm the Features Editor of Construction World. On behalf of ASAP Info Global Group, I am delighted that you could join us for the 16th Construction World Architect and Builder Awards 2021, also known as the CWAB Awards. Since we cannot celebrate the architecture and building fraternity in person, we present to you this year's CW Architect and Builder Awards, again online for the second year in a row. This is our 16th year of hosting the Oscars of the design and building industry. We welcome and thank our guest of honor, Dr. Vibha Dhawan, Director General TERI, for gracing our event today. But before we begin, let us now take a look at a short film by ASAP Info Global Group.
Not merely talk the talk. And it is inspiring to be amidst people like you sitting here.
For this effort. I'm delighted to be here this evening, and I'm here particularly for this function.
Congratulate the organizers for drawing our attention and focusing attention on this very important area.
He has seen me, what I was doing, and he forced on me that I...
Genuine, real infrastructure surge ahead in the next 5 years.
Before we move on, I would like to mention and thank our partner, Flace Greenito, who has co-powered the CWAB Awards this year. Our gold partner, Tata Structura, supporting partners, Builders Association of India, National Highways Builders Federation, Construction Equipment Rental Association, Consulting Engineers Association of India, TERI, ISHRE, and Knowledge Partner Council of Architecture. Thank you for your support. Ladies and gentlemen, the awards are also being live tweeted. So please use the hashtag CWAB 2021 if any of you are tweeting as well. And yes, do not forget to tweet. 16 years ago, the CWAB Awards were initiated to recognize and award excellence in process and execution. Before we proceed, may I request Mr. Pratap Padode, founder ASAP Info Global Group and First Construction Council and Editor-in-Chief Construction World, to give the welcome address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 16th Construction World Architect and Builder Awards 2021. It has been a year since we switched to the virtual mode, and although we had a vicious second wave, we are treading a cautious path as we reopen activities and slowly move towards some semblance of normalcy. Our nation just completed 75 years of independence, and India is poised to accelerate its spending on building its infrastructure with its rupees 111 trillion National Infrastructure Pipeline Plan, with huge investments in roads, railways, metro rail, renewable power, energy, airports and ports. Massive projects like metro rail, which is being executed in 30 cities, the Bharat Mala plan, which will connect cities, towns and even villages with a network of roads, the Bharat Net plan that will provide internet to 6.43 lakh villages and gram panchayats, airports, railway station development, ports, corridors connecting Delhi and Mumbai and then onwards to the east, corridors from Bengaluru to Chennai, high-speed rail, affordable housing, smart cities, 500 Amrit cities and so on. The agenda in the National Infrastructure Pipeline is huge, and the building industry has a huge opportunity too. Technology has begun to play an important role in the building industry. We have startups creating a 3D printed house. We have drone video footages being extensively used in marketing of apartments in high-rises. We have digital walkthroughs. Metro rail authorities are using 5D versions of advanced software for project management. We have BIM documentation and bid processes, use of precast, prefab, and geospatial data and maps being used extensively among others. With the help of latest available technology, now it is possible to map large regional areas and prepare plans with virtual urban simulation systems to ensure proper evaluation of different options. Qualified professionals therefore need to be actively involved in all stages of planning for the future. Technology will enable greater precision and will lessen wastage, but creativity will always have a premium. The romance of architecture is in its creativity, a delicate balance between art and practicality. Our rules try to rein in the flagrant violation of the National Building Code, but they end up throttling creativity. Economic considerations too challenge creativity. This is where visionaries are required for modeling cities, as they can undertake the adventure of creation. In my talk with Padma Bhushan architect Hafiz Contractor during our third webinar held on 18th August, he mentioned that the rigidity of rules provokes challenges which accelerates creativity. As an example, he mentioned, if you ask an accountant what is 2 plus 2, the obvious answer will be 4. But if you ask an architect what is 2 plus 2, you might get an answer, it's 24. CIDCO has accelerated the implementation of the Navi Mumbai Airport Influence Notified Area called the NAINA project, and it has notified that this project will be developed over 371 square kilometers of land surrounding the Navi Mumbai International Airport and cover 175 villages of Raigad. The main feature of this town development plan under NAINA is that it will be developed through participatory basis instead of land acquisition. We have similar opportunities for visionaries as we build greenfield cities along the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor and the Mumbai Marina on the eastern waterfront, among others. Speaking of green, Dr. Vibha Dhawan, Director General TERI, our guest of honor, has our agenda cut out, as our commitment to climate change becomes even more important in view of India's renewed commitment to bringing down the greenhouse gases ahead of the schedule 2030. Under the Paris Agreement, India has committed to cut greenhouse gas emissions intensity of its GDP by 2030 to 33 to 35%, increase non-fossil fuel power capacity to 40% from the existing 28% which was in 2015, and substantially boost forest cover to reduce carbon dioxide. Tonight is the night for the winners of the CWAB Awards. CWAB Awards hope to see that we raise the bar of excellence as we move towards building India into a $5 trillion economy. Here's congratulating the winners who have the spotlight on them today and wishing them the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Padode. Year on year, the CWAB Awards have followed a painstaking process of recognizing excellence leading up to the 16th edition of the event. And this year, once again, celebrates design excellence with a unique theme, React, to respond to the environment with creativity, awareness and technology. To share more on the theme this year, may I now request Ms. Falguni Padode, co-founder and group managing director, ASAP Info Global Group, to share a few words with us on the methodology and the journey of CWAB over the past years.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to address this community for the 16th year in a row. And I know that this 16-year-old is now nurtured enough to go into a full-fledged mature adult that will keep pace with the times that it is in. I welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Vibha Dhawan, Director General of TERI, our glittering architect and builder community from across the country, and the thousands of all our viewers to the 16th Construction World Architect and Builder Awards 2021, being held online for the second year in a row. While we've all been rising to the circumstances that we are in, I sincerely hope that we have a full-fledged offline meeting next year. Since we're doing this for the second time, the logistical jugglery of reaching the trophies to our winners has been somewhat easier. And the offline starry evenings that we've had earlier have taken the form of this fabulous virtual event today. The CWAB Awards were conceptualized to recognize and award excellence in the design and building community. Since 2006, the process has undergone multiple changes, morphing today into a nomination-based model. So the winners that you will see here today have sent us their work. They've chosen to partner with us in our quest to recognize it. These nominations were shortlisted and they were presented to the jury, which comprised of industry stalwarts. We also invited entries in the Noteworthy Projects category, a process started in 2016. And since 2018, we've invited entries in the regional category, where an architect and builder is awarded from each of the 4 regions of the country. This year, there was one jury that judged the top architects and the regional architects, while another jury had judged the top builders and the regional builders. Both these were held online. The regional award for the builder in the West region remains unrepresented since we didn't have a clear winner. For Noteworthy Projects, we invited entries in 6 categories. Regional, which included individual homes and buildings, commercial, hospitality, retail, institutional, and interiors. Within interiors too, we've awarded projects in the residential, commercial, institutional, hospitality, and miscellaneous categories. These were judged by yet another jury, also online. Even in these times, we received 656 nominations this year across all categories. And though the numbers are less than last year, probably due to the pace of the work in these times, the quality of the entries and the variety of the entries made it extremely difficult both to shortlist and I'm sure to judge for the jury. Each year we have a theme for these awards. Our past themes have included green, youth, innovation, smart, local, and diversity. Also STAR, sustainability, technology, aesthetics and rationale, and fusion, which stood for futuristic vision. Our theme for 2021 is React. React to the environment with awareness and technology. The thought and rationale behind this theme was to include all the factors that would have come into play during this pandemic. In these past 18 months, the world has dealt with never-before challenges. The focus on homes, offices, workplaces has undergone multiple shifts, and architects and builders have been recalibrating themselves continuously to these changing needs. You will find it reflected here in the winners and the projects awarded today. Thank you and enjoy the awards.
Thank you, Ms. Padode, for commencing the evening on such an inspiring and empowering note. This year, as a countdown to CWAB, we organized a series of webinars. Topics of discussion included Designing the Future of Architecture, where Mr. Habib Khan, President, Council of Architecture, was our keynote speaker. This was followed by a session on women in architecture and construction, for which we had architect Abha Lamba as our keynote speaker. And the one on design build trends was graced by architect Hafiz Contractor as the keynote speaker. We now take a quick look at some of the highlights of the 3 panel discussions.
We need to educate our society about the intangible contribution that an architect makes and the importance of an architect in a society. We need to educate ourselves. No one will come and educate on our own behalf. We at the moment are having a regulation in place which governs the profession. We are elaborating that, we are working on that, and I'm sure that probably in a year or so we'll be able to come out with a more powerful, I wouldn't say, but encompassing regulations which will probably streamline the way we are working at the moment.
For example, architects pay GST 18.5%, while lawyers and accountants, I think, pay nothing. Now, this is a disincentive for people to go to architects for architectural services. The government charges L1 fees after working for 2 years. Take an examination, and if you pass the exam, you become registered as an architect.
Technology, of course, is here to stay, and it is changing the way we are working. It has become so easy to collaborate with people across the world, sitting in remote places.
Okay, I think we have to be very stringent in being able to select good faculty members to teach in architecture school. The architects coming to teaching must at least have 2 to 3 years of practice knowledge. They should have worked with an architect, they should have done some projects themselves. I think we need to invite more such practicing architects to become adjunct professors in schools of architecture. There are many students, or let's say about 10% of the students, who join architecture not to become architects. They want to use architecture degree as a stepping stone to do something else. And I think the exit policy, which has been brought in by Council of Architecture this year, that you can exit the architecture course after 3 years, will be very magical.
The quality of the people, quality of teachers, it is directly proportional to the number of colleges we have opened. I would like the schools to incorporate us, please focus on project management and delivery. It's extremely important.
We, in our profession, and especially in the field, in the industry of building, construction, architecture, this is normally seen as a male world. We ourselves sometimes set the glass ceiling. And if you believe very truly that there is no glass ceiling, you never encounter it. Strong myth about architecture is that women do interiors and men do the big construction job. Project by project, we are trying to break down this myth of women architects being put in a separate box or in a challenged category. If we mentor women, young women architects, and we mentor them, we guide them, and we give them those privileges that we did not have maybe. So it is incumbent on our generation to be mentors to the next one.
So it probably started as a child, maybe when I was 2, maybe when I was 3. Because I grew up in a household of architects and my father's practice was out of the living room of my own house.
I did my training in civil engineering from IIT Chennai, and that course particularly taught me about services, and I could get into functionalities of architecture. So then when I came to profession, I wanted to carry forward my passion of making architecture more meaningful.
I started my career as trainee electrical engineer in 1994. I got one opportunity to work as an independent consultant for a blood bank project for a reputed hospital in Mumbai. I accepted the challenge. I started my company back then.
A lot of it has to do with gender in society. I think our profession is not so bad with the gender problem. I think it's society that needs to see it that way. Work cycles need to be professionalized, that they don't impinge on work-life balance of a man or a woman.
If you see now, there are many women who have come up, you see environmental consultants, you see women are there in manufacturing also, green building consultants, different fields. There is no right or wrong time for starting your career, but what I strongly felt last few years is the awareness is not there.
I just want to say two things here. So, and since I am from the certification field now, so interestingly, there has been a very growing awareness of the mental health challenges that as a society we face. Maybe women are more, because women also are subject to these, maybe none of us here, but there are many women, they are subject to violence at home, sexual harassment and so many other things. So there has been a lot of focus on wellness, as a certification program, and there, in addition to buildings being healthy and safe, there is a lot of focus on HR policies being more conducive to women workforce. So I feel that, and all corporations are also taking them up now as a part of their HR policy, how to facilitate women to have a more, better work-life balance. Also, I somewhere feel, yes, we are all competitive, but empathy is very crucial in our field. And as women, if we are not empathetic towards our fellow colleagues, then we can never grow as a society and the team will never excel. Start practicing saying no when it is a no, you will always be taken for granted.
Working extra hours, as long as it is called hard working, we are never going to get out of this rubbish system. Working extra hours is bad planning. It is not hard working. And it is same for men, it is same for women. So then no woman will have to feel ashamed to raise up a hand and say, I want to go at 6, because actually everybody should be going at 6.
You need to set a standard where you are in the workplace. So if you're a woman leader and you have the privilege of setting certain standards, it's a good place to do it in the workplace.
A lot of change is required in education systems also, where all these subjects are also taken care.
I think it is very important to take criticism positively. There will be many people who will criticize.
My one skill is an uncanny ability to do a lot of things. I won't say a lot of things at excellence, but a lot of things reasonably well. And I think the choices I need to make in order to get there has been my biggest mentor.
Every experience has taught me something.
You need to do that hard work. and to achieve your dream and where you want to go. And please don't take excuses that you're a woman.
Construction is second largest industry, and there are a lot of job opportunities available. And industry is looking forward to welcome many women to join this industry. So I think those women who want to have some challenging career, they should join construction industry.
If you get into it, make sure you recognize which track you want in it, and so that you can be passionately involved. Otherwise, you'll end up leaving it.
We have to concentrate on our present urban area. Try and reduce that. Think about redevelopment, not new cities. Though our beloved Prime Minister has given a boost for new smart cities, which is a very good thing. But as an urbanist and as an architect, I feel that we should develop more on the present perimeter. Don't go further. Housing is the most important thing for our country to be a superpower, because then that 1.3, each and every one is working. The only way is vertical growth. Create more FSI. It's very important. Time is the crux. For a lot of time, people are working from home, and we also are working from home. But efficiency is not there. There is a lot of advantages. The old materials are going to give way. We have to think about new materials. So we have devised a new way of how to do economic housing. And when I say economic housing, if somebody else in 1 lakh square feet, he was doing, say, flats, so many flats, everything is same. We will give them 110 flats.
If I want to, sort of summarize with 5 key takeaways that we are listening from our occupier clients. Number 1, more flexible work is expected. Hybrid work isn't new, it's now the normal. Now, hybrid work will require hybrid workplaces. However, the physical office will remain as important as it was before. Number 3, portfolio adjustments is bound to happen. With occupiers pursuing lease renewals, optimizing portfolios. Yes, we are seeing some relocation plans on hold, but readjustments, operational efficiency will be the buzzword. Number 4, long-term strategies are under consideration. People will not go with short-term, mid-term strategies perhaps, as they used to do before. The workplace is quickly changing. Workplace transformation is still trending away from the dedicated private space towards a shared collaborative space.
Earlier, when people used to be looking at per square feet, per person per square feet going to a very high density, now it's back to giving more space per workstation, looking at environment, because they're realizing that environment and nature, getting that nature in is important. A lot of importance is being given to the wellness, a lot of importance is being given to sustainability, because then this also gave us 1 year, all these companies to really think on how environment and designing for the environment will help in cost reductions. So what's happening is that focus is changing to actually rethink how much space do they really require, not only per person, but also reducing their, making it more minimalistic and giving more collaborative spaces, with of course taking care of, the social distancing.
whenever we are putting pen on paper, technology always helped us visualize, simulate, and really get to see before you build it. But what I see as a huge disruption now is how technology, along with artificial intelligence, is going to help you in your construction, in the build. Artificial intelligence is going to play a huge role in taking all of this information together, what's fashionably called as IoT, but it goes beyond that. And that's where I feel that errors are going to be minimized. Technology is going to be really disruptive unless delicately handled.
With regard to obviously the health and safety protocols, it's not something that while we as developers, asset owners, we will do everything it takes, and I can assure you it's far more safer than your own residential societies. Coming back to the workplace is really driven by two things, if you ask me. One is obviously how your global decision makers are seeing this about returning back to work, and post the second layer of vaccinations and people talking about a booster vaccination in Europe and America, you are seeing a strong nudge towards getting back to the workplace. Now, when that happens, you will get mandated here to get back to the workplace. MSMEs, the small and medium enterprise offices in India, they're all between 70 and 100% full. Everyone's back to work. Obviously, your global employer has not mandated you to start coming to work at that density. So you have paused. The minute your global employer mandates you to start coming to work, you will see the numbers change drastically. That's really the key difference. The public transport system, Ramesh, you have to address COVID. And bottom line is just be hopeful that with double vaccinations, we are going to bend that curve. It's going to be around with us for the next 12 to 18 months, in my view.
Especially now, tiles with the near zero porosity, they have become the craze. The ceramic sanitaryware manufacturing is concerned, we have faucets and sanitaryware in our range, and what Sheetal was mentioning, that now the touchless commodes, the touchless flushing systems, the sensor-based faucets, all these things are a reality, and they are much more in use, and I think they are more necessary to be used now.
Thanks to the global growth in online retail, logistics was a sector already in vogue. Now the pandemic has only accelerated it. Companies are looking to diversify their supply chains across several global locations just to insulate.
I wouldn't say anything dramatic that has changed from an actual execution point of view, except for the fact that, of course, you are taking your labor far more seriously. Your health and safety protocols have become priority. A lot of the attention is given to equipments which are individual to each of these guys. A lot of their dependencies on work, which was more manual, is now becoming more instrumentally aided. So a lot of those smaller changes have already taken place at the construction space. And they're in a far better place, if you ask me, from an execution point of view.
Looking at ways where we can get in more fresh air, treat the return air, but how can I reduce the air conditioning load? Because the minute I get in more fresh air, I'm consuming more energy. So how can I reduce my air conditioning load? One, by reducing demand. Second is by using new forms of air conditioning technologies, which is actually old, and opposing this conventional route of air conditioning and using radiant cooling.
Along with recognizing India's top architects and builders, 4 years ago we added a new category to the awards, the Noteworthy Projects, thus reaching out pan-India to award projects that have excelled and are a landmark in themselves. And in a bid to unearth even more talent across the country, 4 years ago we introduced yet another category of awards, the Regional Awards. which are presented to a top architect and a top builder in each of the regions, North, South, East and West. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you the men and women who were tasked with the toughest job, that of selecting India's top architects, builders, the regional winners and the noteworthy projects out of a long list of nominees and their tightly contested entries. Here's announcing the names of the jury members of the Noteworthy Projects category. Mr. Anuj Puri, Chairman, Androck Property Consultants. Mr. Dikshu C. Kukreja, Managing Principal, CP Kukreja Associates. Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, Founder and Chairman, Hiranandani Group. Mr. P. Gopal Krishnan, Managing Director, Asia Pacific and Middle East Markets, GBCI. And Professor Ashima, Banker, Director, Master of Urban Design, Anant National University. We now present to you the jury panel for India's top builders as well as the regional builders. Mr. Chetan Raikar, Chairman and Managing Director, Structwell Designers and Consultants. Mr. Gaurav Malhotra, Managing Director, Hansgrohe, India. Mr. Naresh V. Narasimhan, Managing Partner, Venkat Ramanan Associates. Mr. Kutub Mandviwala, Principal, Mandviwala Kutub and Associates. Mr. Rajesh Krishnan, Founder and CEO, Brick Eagle. Mr. Satish Rajendran, COO, Knight Frank, India. Ms. Sheetal Rakheja, Managing Partner, Aeon Design and Development. And Mr. Vikas Chadda, Managing Director, GI Outsourcing and Financial and Hospitality Expert. We now present our jury members for the award category, India's top architects as well as the regional architects. Mr. Abhishek Somani, Managing Director, Somani Ceramics. Mr. Anubhav Gupta, CEO, Vikroli Chief CSR and Sustainability Officer, Godrej Properties and Founder, GPL Design Studio, Godrej Properties. Mr. Dhananjay Tapaswi, Managing Director, Owens Corning. Mr. D. Raju, Managing Director and CEO, Kirby Building Systems. Mr. Jayant Jain, Director and CEO, GM Modular. Dr. Prashant Reddy, Managing Director, Fundamax, India. Mr. Shishir Baijal, Chairman and Managing Director, Knight Frank, India. And Mr. Vikram Khanna, CMO and COO, Architectural Institutional Business and Consumer, Asahi India Glass. We are grateful to each and every one of you, our jury members, for your contribution towards selecting our winners today. Once again, I would like to thank our co-powered partner, Flace Granito, and our gold partner, Tata Structura, for their support to the CWAB Awards. As Winston Churchill once said, we shape our buildings, thereafter they shape us. And I'm sure this and more is what the jurors saw when they selected the winners of our category, Noteworthy Projects. To recap, the awards had a 5-member jury who assessed the projects and ranked them. In categories where we had a tie, we are awarding more than one project. We now present India's most noteworthy projects. In the Noteworthy Projects residential category, we have 2 winners, one for the building apartment and one for independent home. The award for the CWAB Noteworthy Projects residential category for building apartment goes to Snehodaya Rajarhat. Having a size of 11,01,610 square feet, it orchestrates a confluence of the basic elements of nature in the living space of the senior residents. I now invite Mr. Debmalya Guha, Principal Architect Pace Consultants, to say a few words on receiving the award.
Thank you CWAB team for organizing this event which truly appreciates good architecture. We are very honored that our project Snehodaya has been selected as a noteworthy project this year. Snehodaya reacts to the social need of the senior people who really deserves all the love and care. We have tried to create a holistic living condition for these people in a very enjoyable environment, which is a reinterpretation of traditional Bengal architecture. Thank you once again to the CWAB team.
Thank you, Mr. Guha. The next winner in the residential category for independent home is the Hovering House, Alapura, Kerala. This 3,500 square feet of urban dwelling was developed with a brief to be comfortable. I now invite Mr. Arun Thomas, Chief Architect, Arun Thomas Architects, to say a few words.
Hi, this is Architect Arun Thomas. All of us at Arun Thomas Architects come forward to thank Construction World for this prestigious award and honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. The next award under CWAB Noteworthy Projects is in the commercial category, and the award goes to Gera Commerce Zone, Qadri in Pune. Designed with a size of 11,23,848 square feet using the biophilic model, it focuses on the inherent connection between humans and nature. May I now invite Mr. Vinod Rohira, CEO Mindspace Business Parks REIT, to say a few words.
The Mindspace team, it gives me immense pleasure in accepting this noteworthy award for Gera Commerce Zone Pune. It is a completely new cutting-edge development platform which has enabled aspects like biophilic environments for workspace, integrating open spaces, public spaces, workspaces, and making a seamless work environment completely different from what brick and mortar offices used to be. This will be a new benchmark for offices in India, and we are really grateful for having received this honor so early in the game for this project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Rohira. The next award for CWAB Noteworthy Projects is the institutional category. Announcing our winner, the Watson Library, Hyderabad. Watson Library has experimented with the structure and has used new age technology inside the building. I now invite Mr. Rajiv Kumar Sharma, Managing Director, Design House Solutions, to say a few words.
We would like to thank CWAB for this award for Noteworthy Institutional category. Our design approach is not just the building but a way to give back to the nature and the society, which align perfectly with this year's theme of React. Keeping in mind the current situation, we installed robotic system for book arrangement, contact-free door access, motion sensor lights, and centralized vacuum system for a virus-free premise. It's a great honor to be sharing this award with the like-minded people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma. Moving on to the next award, Noteworthy Projects, Hospitality category. And the award goes to Taj Chia Kutir Resort and Spa in Darjeeling. This 125,000 plus square feet resort is located inside the world's largest tea estate, from where even the Queen of England has received the Imperial Jewellery Collection tea. I invite Mr. Harshvardhan Neotia, Chairman Ambuja Neotia, to share a few words on accepting the award.
I would like to thank Construction World for conferring this coveted award. The Taj Chia Kutir is set in Makaibari Tea Estate. It's over 1,000-acre tea estate on which this hotel, which is now managed by Taj, is set up, I think on approximately 5 acres. We have tried our best to see that we do minimum dislocation of the tea plantation, and we maximize the views of the beautiful tea estate and the sloping hills. We tried to make the building minimally intrusive onto the landscape, tried to mute the colors of the building so that it merges with the greenery around, and see that it is in harmony with the beautiful setting that Makaibari Tea Estate offers and the hills of the Himalayas offer.
Thank you, Mr. Neotia. Moving on to the next award, Noteworthy Projects, Miscellaneous category. And the award goes to the Lodsi Community Project in Rishikesh. With a size of 10,000 square feet, the Lodsi Community Project works with the past, present and the future to present a contemporary vernacular prototype for self-sustaining off-grid hill architecture. I invite Ms. Sonali Rastogi, co-founding partner Morphogenesis, to say a few words on accepting the award.
Thank you CWAB for judging Lodzi Community Project as a noteworthy project. It is a highlight of the Morphogenesis journey as well as my own personal career, because this project is one that sets an exemplar for decentralized growth, which is extremely important sitting in the pandemic where we have seen what migration really means. This project was built by the people of Lodzi on the hill of Lodzi from material around Lodzi and is used by the people of Lodzi.
Thank you, Ms. Rastogi. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to our last set of awards of the Noteworthy Projects in the Interiors category. Considering the overwhelming response, variety and quality of entries received, we have extended this segment with projects further being awarded under the categories of Interiors for Residential, Commercial, Hospitality, Retail and Miscellaneous. These are in no particular order of ranking. And this year, we have a tie in the award for the Noteworthy Projects in the Interiors Residential category. It goes to Markat Gurugram and Project Navapatra, the New Leaf in Kalathilpadi. Spread across 6,000 square feet, the Markat residence skillfully incorporates indigenous art forms as part of its primary architecture and space layout. May I now invite Mr. Deb Aditya Goswami, co-founder and principal architect, Studio Crypt, to say a few words on accepting the award.
Hi everyone, I, Deb Goswami, would like to thank CWAB on behalf of the team at Studio Crypt for considering the residence marker as a noteworthy project. The attribute that got the project this achievement is the fact that besides sustainable and conscious design, it attempts to preserve the workmanship of the highly skilled local artisans and craftspersons. The pandemic with no income has been extremely tough for the already diminishing artisan community. The award is an indication about our practice towards this project to be thorough with awareness and creativity with the backdrop of the pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Goswami. Our tie winner in the Interiors Residential category is Project Navapatra, the New Leaf from Kalathilpadi. With a size of 4,500 square feet, its vision was to revamp an existing house to amalgamate the quality outdoor space with the life indoors. May I now invite Ms. Anupa Riya Kurian, founder and principal architect, Studio 321, to say a few words on accepting the award.
Thank you, Construction World Architect and Builder Awards. I'm extremely honored to be receiving CWAB Awards for Noteworthy Projects under Interiors Residential category for our project Navapatra, the New Leaf. It is overwhelming to be receiving the prestigious CWAB Noteworthy Award under the theme React, and I'd like to thank my clients, Mr. Sarjan Varghese, for trusting in us. I'd like to thank and congratulate all my team members on this recognition. Thank you once again and congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you, Ms. Kurian. The next award in the Noteworthy Projects Interiors Commercial category goes to East India Hotel Corporate Headquarters in Gurugram. This 10,000 square feet project has been designed around maximum flexibility, with an open plan and minimal partitions that can adapt to the changing demands of the space. I now invite Mr. Akshat Bhatt, Principal Architect, Architecture Discipline, to share a few words with us.
The corporate headquarters for EIH are designed to be a positive and nurturing work environment, designed to foster collaboration and creative thought. The office is filled with light through a central courtyard. The idea is that each employee is connected to the city on the outside and a sort of a little calm haven within. I'd like to thank CWAB for recognizing this project as a special project this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatt. Moving on to the next set of awards. Noteworthy Projects in the Interiors Hospitality category. And the award goes to Bellevue at the Oberoi Amar Villas in Agra. This restaurant has been built to be responsive to today's changing palates. We once again have Mr. Akshat Bhatt, Principal Architect, Architecture Discipline, saying a few words on accepting the award.
Bellevue is located at the Amar Vilas, and it's overlooking the Taj Mahal. It's inspired by the beauty of the monument it faces, and our objective was to reinterpret it in a very simple or in a simplistic manner for a contemporary age. So instead of using expensive materials to create an interior focused scheme, we have a restaurant that's sort of focused on the beautiful environment that it sits in. And I'd like to thank CWAB for recognizing this as a special project this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatt. We now move on to the awards in the Noteworthy Projects category, Interiors Retail. And the award goes to Focus Photography Studio in Vellore. The Focus Photography Studio in Vellore has crafted this 240 square feet office space into smart office spaces with multiple user-friendly spaces. And to accept the award, I invite Mr. Mohammad Taha, Principal Architect, Studio Black.
First of all, I would like to thank CWAB for honoring us for this prestigious award, Noteworthy Project, for our Focus Photographer Studio, Vellore. This project is all about sustainable environment that has adopted the provision of healthy and sustainable workspace, which are relying on choosing the eco-friendly, locally available material. And also I like to thank my team for the immense support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Taha. Our next winner is in the Interiors Miscellaneous category, and the winner is the Brick Age concept in Pondicherry, which has been designed with natural and sustainable materials. I invite Mr. Branesh Arvind, Principal Designer, Design Obsession Studio LLP, to say a few words on accepting the award.
It's really honored to receive these kinds of prestigious awards in the design community. And finally, the day has come, the wait is over. Thank you CWAB for the opportunity and selecting us in the category of Noteworthy Projects. We hope to continue the same in the future. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Mr. Arvind. Congratulations to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, now moving on to our next category of awards. 4 years ago, we added a new dimension to the awards, a category that we recognize as the CWAB Regionals. The aim has been to recognize and offer a platform to companies striving towards excellence and whose operations are focused in a particular region. The awards had an 8-member jury panel for architects and an 8-member jury panel for builders who assessed the nominations received. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the awards for CWAB Regionals North 2021. And we have a tie here. The awards for the top architect in the North region goes to City Space 82 Architects and Visarg Design Studio. City Space 82 Architects believes that a building must speak for itself virtually rather than theoretically, and every project is started with a comprehensive understanding of the client's requirements and research. I invite Mr. Sumit Dhawan, the founder and principal architect, to say a few words on accepting the award.
We all here from City Space 82 Architects thank Construction World for giving us this recognition for our continuous innovative experiments in the field of architecture. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dhawan. The next award for the top architect in the North region goes to the New Delhi-based Visarg Design Studio. Visarg's vision is to create integrated design solutions for the built environment rooted in the spirit of our country. I invite Ms. Dipanjali Chawla, Principal Architect, to say a few words.
Good evening and thank you for the award. As a design practice, we feel strongly about the power of design to make an impact on human well-being, and as designers we feel awareness of human behavior, of climate, context, detail. This is the starting point of creating sensitive, effective design. So thank you for drawing attention to awareness as one of the themes this year, and thank you again for the award.
Thank you, Ms. Chawla. And now the award for the top builder in the North region. And the winner is El Decor Group. The Eldecor Group is synonymous with timely and quality delivery in 15 cities in North India and has already handed over 175 projects spanning large format integrated townships, high-rise condominiums, industrial estates, malls and office buildings. I now invite Mr. Rohit Kishore, CEO, to say a few words of acceptance.
Thanks for recognizing Eldecor for this award. And I would like to, especially thanks you because we have a particular vision in which we want to take all the ecological measures in our design parameters when we are designing things, especially in the last 3-4 years, as the whole world is now more sensitive towards things which will affect Mother Earth as well as other aspects of nature. So that's one of the reasons why in all our recent developments we have tried to, move towards a GRIA rating or a LEED rating. Few of them like one of our 2 million square feet project in Noida as well as our marquee project in Delhi. They are applied for a rating in that level. Apart from that, we are also bringing Miyawaki forest concepts in some of our projects wherever we can, and we are trying to conserve as many trees as possible. Other than that, I know there are rules which are driven by EIA for rainwater harvesting and all, but from our side what we try to go a notch above than what the parameters are. And because of you recognizing us for this is kind of a stamp that we are going in the right direction, and we would like to move further up and make the sector proud for us to try to be a pioneer in this direction to make real estate as such as a nature positive sector from here onwards. We would like to thank CWAB for this award, and it is indeed an honor and a privilege for being one of the key recipients from North.
Thank you, Mr. Kishore. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting all our winners of the Regional North category. Congratulations to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next set of awards. CWAB Regional South 2021. And the award for the top architect in the South region goes to Arun Thomas Architects. Arun Thomas Architects is the boutique architectural practice established in 2010 with offices in Kochi, Alapura and the UAE. I now invite Mr. Arun Thomas, Chief Architect, to share a few words with us.
All of us at Arun Thomas Architects come forward to thank Construction World for this prestigious award and honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. The next award for the top builder in the South region goes to none other than Provident Housing. Provident is one of the pioneers in making premium affordable homes in the country, which has revolutionized the concept of affordable housing. I now invite Mr. Ashish Purvankara, Managing Director, to say a few words of acceptance.
Thank you for this honor. This goes out to our employees, our labor force, our partners, and most importantly, our customers who inspire us to do better. As always, our primary focus is to help our customers discover their dream home. A home that ensures quality of life, comfort, safety, and holistic well-being. We will continue on this journey and ensure we exceed our customers' expectations. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Purvankara. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting our winners of the Regional South category. Congratulations to all of you. Before we move ahead to the next category of awards, I would like to thank our co-powered partner for their support to the CWAB Awards this year, Flace Granito. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next are winners of the CWAB Regionals East 2021. And the award for the top architect in the East region goes to Ayan Sen Architects, Urban Designers and Planners. The philosophies of the company and the design ideologies have tried to invoke the regional vernacular. I now invite Mr. Ayan Sen, Principal Architect and Urban Designer and Planner, to say a few words.
Thank you, Construction World, for giving us this award. This prestigious award of being the top regional architect of Eastern India is absolutely pleasing. Our theme of React has been very apt because our practice is all about contextuality. Thank you very much, Construction World. Thanks to my team, and of course, special thanks to my parents, without which it would have been possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sen. Going to the next award, ladies and gentlemen, the award for the top builder in the East region. And the winner is Imami Realty. The firm is focused on real estate projects in the residential, commercial and retail sectors. I now invite Mr. Nitesh Kumar, Managing Director and CEO, to say a few words.
Good evening, everybody. It's my pleasure and honor to receive this award of India's Top Builders 2021 award on behalf of Imami Realty. I thank Construction World, Architect and Builder for recognizing and appreciating our endeavors. However, the main credit actually goes to the fantastic team of Imami Realty. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to all stakeholders for their immense support, especially in these trying times of COVID. We are proud to uphold the quality standards that are synonymous with brand Imami. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting our winners of the Regional East category. Congratulations to all of you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is the winner of CWAB Regionals West 2021. And the award for the top architect in the West region goes to Infinity Design Studio. Infinity Design Studio creates designs that maximize the positive impact of design on the environment, uses appropriate technologies and materials, and sources labor locally. I now invite Ms. Santa Gaur and Mr. Savant Kaul, Principal Architect and Co-Founders, to say a few words on accepting the award.
This is Santa Gaur.
And this is Savant Kaul
from Infinity Design Studio, Mumbai. And we would like to thank CWAB and the entire CWAB team for awarding us
the Best Design Firm Western Region this year.
Thank you.
Thank you. A special thanks to the jury at CWAB Awards this year for understanding and recognizing our efforts towards this year's theme React and our constant pursuit towards environmentally responsive designs and future forward projects. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
See you next year.
See you next year.
Thank you, Ms. Gaur and Mr. Kaul. And ladies and gentlemen, here is our winner of the Regional West category. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I would once again like to announce that we are live tweeting the event. So please use hashtag CWAB 2021 if any of you are tweeting as well. And of course, don't forget to tweet. As Carl Friedrich Schinkel once said, use the best possible materials and reveal the quality of those materials and the craftsmanship of their assembly. And this is true to our next set of awards, the National Awards. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we now announce the most awaited India's top architects and top builders. Please note that the winning architects and builders have not been ranked and the awards are being announced in the alphabetical order of the company names. First, presenting the award category for India's top architects. Ladies and gentlemen, the CWAB 2021 trophy for being among India's top architects goes to none other than Architecture Discipline. Its work spans varied typologies from residential and retail interiors to large-scale public and commercial assignments and is spread across the length and breadth of India. And I now invite the principal architect of the firm, Mr. Akshat Bhatt, to say a few words on accepting the award.
Everyone in the studio has a sense of ownership and a sense of responsibility of knowing what they're a part of, and each project and each commission has to be something special. As a team, we're always experimenting with new materials and technologies and sustainable methods of use and reuse, and these insights influence all our projects. I'm really thankful to CWAB for giving us this award and this recognition in 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatt. The next CWAB 2021 trophy for India's top architects goes to CCBA Designs. The studio is synonymous with quality architecture and projects that have got both national and international recognition for being icons in the field of architecture. I now invite the firm's principal architect, Mr. Christopher Charles Benninger, to say a few words.
Friends, I am pleased to be honored for the 10th time by the Construction World Architects and Builders Award. This year the focus was on environment and how to use technology to do very green buildings creatively. This is a unique award because it's an award judged by people in the industry, not just architects for architects.
Thank you, Mr. Beninja. And ladies and gentlemen, the next CWAB 2021 trophy for India's top architects goes to DSP Design Associates. DSP Design is an international architecture and design practice catering to an array of verticals within architecture, interior design and smart building solutions. May I now invite Mr. Yatin Patel, founder and principal, to say a few words on accepting the award.
Good evening, everyone. I am Yatin Patel, Principal and Founder of DSP Design Associates. I am honored to receive this award from CWAB for being the top architects of the year. This award would not have been possible without the tireless effort of the entire team at DSP. Thank you to the entire team of CWAB and Falguni for making this possible.
Thank you, Mr. Patel. The next top architect award has been backed by Edifice Consultants. Founded in 1989 with the aim to practice collaborative architecture, it has as many design philosophies. Sensitivity to culture, context, and the environment is of paramount value to the firm. I now invite Mr. Ravi Sarangan, Director, to say a few words.
Thank you, Construction World, for this prestigious award. It's an honor to be a part of this elite group. Being selected as the top 10 architects is a testimony to Edifice's efforts, each and every individual who worked during this pandemic and created magic. A big thank you to the jury for having selected Edifice once again to win this CWAB award. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sarangan. Moving on to the next CWAB 2021 trophy for the top architects category, and the winner is IMK Architects. This Mumbai-based firm, established in 1957, ensures the effective and efficient delivery of holistic design solutions that don't just meet initial expectations, but transcends them. I now invite the firm's principal architect, Mr. Rahul Qadri, to say a few words on accepting the award.
Hi from Mexico City, where I am for the last 15 days. I'd really like to thank the Construction World Architects and Builders magazine for this wonderful award, and all the judges for recognizing the long tradition we've had in the firm of building sustainable buildings and our focus on places where people thrive. 3 of our projects were recognized this year. The township for JSW Steel at Hillside, which was also got the HUDCO award for the most innovative and eco-friendly township this year. Our hospital for the Symbiosis University, a teaching hospital, I think one of the most sustainable and green hospitals. Even the materials used in that were amazingly green. So thank you, judges, for recognizing that. And our building for the government of Maharashtra, which I think has raised the standard for the government of Maharashtra in terms of building biophilic buildings. So thank you so much. We are very thrilled to get this award again. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. Qadri. Coming up next as the winner of CWAB 2021 in the top architects category is Morphogenesis. Established by Sonali and Manit Rastogi in 1996, Morphogenesis is globally recognized for its diverse work that encompasses a range of specialized practice areas. May I now invite the firm's co-founding partner, Mr. Manit Rastogi, to say a few words on receiving the award.
On behalf of Morphogenesis, I would like to thank the entire team at CWAB and the jurors for picking us for this Top Architect of India award. It was a wonderful theme. We were very happy to participate on that theme. We have been very cautious and we've been very concerned during the pandemic that our architecture not only responds to sustainability, to the needs of the client and the users, but also to the people who make the building, the very craftsmen, the very laborers, and we made a conscious effort to engage with that community in our projects, and we are very happy to be recognized for it.
Thank you, Mr. Rastogi. The next award for this evening, the CWAB 2021 trophy in the Top Architects category goes to PG Patki Architects. This Mumbai-based firm has consistently built landmark projects with a reputation for excellence over the last 45 years. I now invite Mr. S.P. Patki, Principal Architect, to say a few words on his acceptance of the award.
Hi everybody. This year has been especially challenging for all of us, with the raging pandemic ravaging practically all strata of society, coupled with an impending climatic change to which architectural responses are still evolving. PG Patki as a firm has constantly endeavored to upgrade its design systems and philosophy to mitigate the challenges posed by these happenings. And I thank the jury members for having recognized our efforts towards the same. My deep gratitude to the entire family of PG Patki, the architects, staff, designers, without whose tireless efforts this would not have been possible. And a big thank you to Construction World for having conferred this award and honor onto us yet one more time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Patki. Ladies and gentlemen, to present our next award to India's top architect, I would now request Mr. Hardik Patel, Managing Director of Flace Granito, to join us.
Hello everyone, how are you? I am Hardik Patel, CMD of Flace Granito, and I am very honored and happy to be at the 16th edition of Construction World Architects and Building Awards 2021. It is a pleasure to present the award of Architect Awards to the Sanjay Puri architect for their achievements till now. Flace Granito family wishes Mr. Sanjay Puri all the very best for the future assignment and projects.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the next award for this evening, the CWAB 2021 trophy in the Top Architects category, and the winner is Sanjay Puri Architects. This firm has been featured as among India's top architects by CWAB year after year and has won over 150 international and over 100 national awards. May I now invite Mr. Sanjay Puri, Principal Architect, to say a few words on accepting the award.
Thank you very much, Construction World, for having considered us worthy of this award, India's top 10 architects. And it is very creditable that your entire team is going ahead during this pandemic, during all these adverse conditions, and continuing with the awards year after year. Congratulations to you for that. And this award is very important to us because the theme, React, resonates with the kind of work that we do, responding to the environment with awareness, creativity and technology is what we've been trying to put in every single project that we are doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Puri. Coming up next is a corporate video from our partner, Flace Granito. And now, presenting the next award for the evening, the CWAB 2021 trophy in the Top Architects category, and the winner is Studio Lotus. Studio Lotus is a multidisciplinary design practice founded in 2002. 19 years later, it is one of the most path-breaking architectural firms in India. And may I now invite Mr. Siddharth Talwar, co-founder and principal, to say a few words on accepting the award.
Hi, I'm Siddharth Talwar, Principal from Studio Lotus. Thank you for honoring us with this recognition. We are humbled to receive this award. This award is a testimony of the collective genius of our design studio. Our design process looks at sustainability from multiple lenses, be it cultural, social or environmental. Kudos to Team Studio Lotus.
Thank you, Mr. Talwar. And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the last award in the Top Architects category. And the winner is Venkat Ramanan Associates. Venkat Ramanan Associates, founded in 1969, is one of India's leading architecture and urban design firms based in Bangalore and Pune. And may I now invite Mr. Naresh V. Narasimhan, Principal Architect and Managing Partner, to share a few words with us.
It is indeed a huge honor to win the CWAB Award once again this year. At Venkataraman Associates VA, we really believe in architecture's potential to make a difference, to enlighten us and to improve the quality of our life for our people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Narasimhan. And ladies and gentlemen, we have together the country's top architects presenting India's top architects. Congratulations to all of you. Coming up next is the final awards category for the evening, India's top builders. Once again, I would like to thank our co-powered partner Flace Granito and our gold partner Tata Structura for their support to the CWAB Awards. Here's presenting the last category of awards for this evening, India's Top Builders 2021. And the winner for the CWAB 2021 trophy in the category of India's Top Builders goes to Brigade Group. Brigade Group's core system is defined as QC First, which stands for Quality and Customer Centricity, Fairness, Innovation, Responsible, Socially Trustworthy. And I now invite the Chairman and Managing Director of the group, Mr. M.R. Jayashankar, to say a few words on accepting the award.
I am delighted to receive this prestigious award from Construction World once again as country's one of the top developers. I sincerely thank Construction World team and the jury who selected me for this, selected me and Brigade Group for this prestigious award. And the theme currently being sustainability to fight this climate change that the world is facing. Brigade Group is conscious of this fact, and we are actively involved in developing a number of LEED Platinum rated and LEED Gold rated buildings, having done many already. And going forward, we are also engaging a lot of technology, bringing a lot of technology into real estate. We are the pioneers of using precast construction technology as early as 2009-10. And going forward, we are bringing a lot of prop tech into the business. And we have also started the country's first real estate accelerator program called Brigade REAP to encourage startups in property technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jayashankar. Next, the CWAB 2021 trophy in the category of India's top builders goes to Embassy Group. Established in 1996, Embassy Group has developed over 62 million square feet of commercial, residential, industrial and warehousing, hospitality, education and retail spaces, and holds an extensive land bank of over 1,000 acres across the country. I now invite Mr. Jeetu Veerwani, Chairman and Managing Director, to say a few words on accepting the award.
I'd like to thank CWAB for recognizing all the efforts and giving us this prestigious award at Embassy. All of us are proud to receive this award. Thank you so much for it. This is a great team effort from each and every ambassador, and there's a huge amount of awareness with regard to environment, technology, creativity in the company right now. We're designing buildings, projects which are way ahead of time, keeping all the pandemic issues in mind. And I think we'll be here year on year again to win this award. Thank you so much for recognizing our company and all the efforts which we've done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Veerwani. The next CWAB 2021 trophy in the top builders category goes to Godrej Properties. Established in 1990, Godrej Properties Development combines a 124-year legacy of excellence and trust with a commitment to cutting-edge design, technology and sustainability. I now invite Mr. Mohit Malhotra, Managing Director and CEO, to share a few words with us.
Thank you, Construction World, for honoring us with the Best Builder Award in 2021. This award is a recognition of the effort we have made towards sustainable development and toward customer-centric design. I want to thank you on behalf of the entire team for giving us this recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Malhotra. The next CWAB 2021 trophy in the top builders category goes to none other than Mahindra Lifespace Developers. Established in 1994, Mahindra Lifespace Developers is the real estate and infrastructure development business of the US $19.4 billion Mahindra Group and a pioneer of sustainable urbanization in India. May I now invite Mr. Arun Subramaniam, the firm's Managing Director and CEO, to say a few words.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me thank the jury for recognizing Mahindra Lifespaces as one of India's top builders. This past year, as the country has grappled with the pandemic and its attendant economic and social consequences, homes have emerged as a bastion of health, safety, and well-being. At Mahindra Lifespaces, we have redoubled our efforts to build residential spaces, communities, and townships that are resilient and adaptive to the changing patterns of living and working. Our developments are also environmentally sustainable in every aspect, from construction to operations. We have made significant strides in our journey towards digitalization and user-centric inclusive design that deliver inspiration, cultural connectedness, and quality of life. Once again, on behalf of all my colleagues, let me thank you for this unique honor.
Thank you, Mr. Subramanian. Moving to our next award, ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of the CWAB 2021 trophy for being one of India's top builders goes to the Mindspace Business Parks REIT. Mindspace Business Parks REIT, sponsored by K. Corp Group, owns quality office portfolios located in 4 key office markets in India, namely the Mumbai region, Pune, Hyderabad and Chennai. And I now invite the firm's CEO, Mr. Vinod Rohira, to say a few words on accepting the award.
On behalf of Mindspace Business Parks team, I take this opportunity to thank you for this prestigious award given to us as a noteworthy project on a national level. At Mindspace Business Parks, we are constantly working towards ensuring ecosystems are built for thriving businesses. In the dynamic times that we are in right now, the entire focus and energy is on ensuring the highest standard of health and safety protocols to enable all of us to get back with full strength at our workspace and get back to the creativity and the growth that we have been used to within our ecosystems. We are grateful for this honor and we will continue to strive to ensure we continue to make such cutting-edge enterprise projects which allow for thriving of growth and businesses within our parks.
Thank you, Mr. Rohira. Now, moving on to our last award for this evening. The CWAB 2021 trophy for being among India's top builders goes to Prestige Estates Projects. This Bangalore-based firm has diversified business models across segments with operations in 12 key locations in the country. And I now invite Mr. Irfan Razak, Chairman and Managing Director, to say a few words.
Thank you, Construction World, for this award. We've got this second year in a row, and this just vindicates the fact that Prestige Estates is striving hard to please their customers, to keep their customers happy, to see that delivery happens on time, to see that we maintain our quality and offer different and new products in different locations. This award actually goes to the entire company, all those people who have worked hard, strived hard to keep to see that we deliver and to see that we keep our customers happy. Once again, I thank Construction World for this recognition. It will be a great motivation for the entire team at Prestige. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Razak. Ladies and gentlemen, here's presenting India's Top Builders 2021. Congratulations to all of you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting India's Top Architects and India's Top Builders, all our winners in one single frame. What a perfect picture indeed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before I invite our guest of honor, Dr. Vibha Dhawan, Director General TERI, to share a few words with us, here is a brief introduction about her. Dr. Vibha Dhawan has been associated with TERI since 1985. She has also served as the Vice Chancellor of Delhi School of Advanced Studies from 2005 to 2007. A Fellow of the National Academy of Sciences India, she is currently serving as Adjunct Professor, Council General South Asia Partnership, Michigan State University. She is the winner of the Indian Women Achievers Samman 2017 by NRI Achievers, Women Leadership Agriculture Award 2016 by the Indian Council of Food and Agriculture, First Biotech Product and Process Development and Commercialization Award of the Department of Biotechnology in 2000, the Kamal Kumari National Award for Science and Technology, and the first All India Biotech Association Award in 1998. Over to you, Dr. Dhawan.
Ladies and gentlemen, winners of the award and jury members. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the participants on the excellent work they have done so far. The Indian construction industry is expected to register a growth of 13% in 2021, and each of your valuable contribution to the built environment are what will make our country future ready. The theme for the 16th Construction World Architect and Builder Award 2021 is React. Respond to the environment, especially the pandemic which we are recently facing, with awareness, creativity, and technology. This is an apt selection in tune with the need of the hour. It calls upon us, the construction industry, to evolve in response to two of the greatest challenges faced by mankind. These challenges are climate change and crisis that is occurring because of associated changes, and the ongoing pandemic, which we have never thought that we'll have such a scenario which we are facing today. In the past year, COVID-19 has caused widespread disruption across the globe, with severe repercussions in terms of human health and economic activity. The lasting impact on economies and living standards will likely persist for a foreseeable future, and it is therefore essential that we work together towards recovery and a resilient tomorrow. When we emerge from the pandemic, the world will have changed, and yet several challenges, especially those posed by climate change, will likely remain. 2020-21 has been evidence that climate change is upon us, and we must act now to ensure the sustenance of our planet. The creation of robust systems, processes, and infrastructure that can withstand disasters and assure preparedness of habitats is of vital importance today. We need to discuss and deliberate on furtherance of sustainable construction in India and the world, while also accounting for uncertainty this year has been with the bushfires, droughts, and floods. It's not just restricted to residential buildings. I suppose it extends to industries as well, especially those which are along the coast. It will take the continued effort of, I should say, capable or trained or experienced individuals like you and teams in order to build a secure and sustainable future. With the adverse effects of unmitigated carbon emissions and carbon change becoming increasingly apparent, there has been a marked increase in awareness and sensitization towards sustainability, especially within the younger demographic. There has been a subsequent rise in the demand for future-ready buildings as well, that protects against natural disasters, provide for our health and well-being, do not impact the environment, and of course, cost-effective, because it's not possible for people to invest in a building which is far too expensive, and it's always a trade-off between what they require and what the costs are. When we speak of responding to the environment, there are especially two aspects of development that needs to be addressed. Foremost and all-encompassing is decarbonization. Decarbonization is the reduction of carbon dioxide emissions through the use of low carbon power sources, achieving a lower output of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, and the first step to mitigate climate change. The second is an evolution of building technologies and way of life to cater to the new normal that has been thrust upon us. Hopefully temporarily, this too is of dire importance. Decarbonization in our building sector looks different in advanced economies and developing countries. In advanced economies, where most of the buildings have already been built, decarbonization mostly requires retrofitting existing buildings. In developing economies, where much of the coming building stock will be built, decarbonization involves designing new building with net zero carbon emission in mind. In India, as 75% of the buildings expected to exist in India in 2030 have not been built, India's focus needs to be placed on avoiding the carbon lock associated with new buildings and building sustainability. With over 21-27 registered projects across India exceeding 565 million square feet in built up, Greha Council is pushing the boundaries for decarbonizing the built environments. Once operational, this green building footprint is projected to have 3,100 megawatt power in installed renewable energy systems and offset 35 million tons of carbon dioxide emission annually. Look at the numbers. Don't you think once we achieve that, it's a great job done and we can show the way to the remaining or the developing world? A key part of decarbonizing the building sector is energy efficiency. Lowering demand for carbon-intensive energy in the near term can make it easier to ultimately reach net zero emissions. It is becoming common knowledge that the greatest economic benefits are realized when impact on the environment and on people are addressed jointly. It starts from the construction or rather building design, with clear intent being set to achieve key metrics, for example, improved air quality without sacrificing energy efficiency. Along with decarbonizing the source of power that supplies buildings, many heating and cooling systems will need to be switched out and energy efficiency measures will need to be pursued. New and innovative solutions that allow for much more flexibility in both supply and demand are emerging and will likely lead to greater integration between buildings and the grid. Having said this, primary energy itself cannot be looked at in isolation. While buildings place increasingly exorbitant demand directly on our energy, they also do so indirectly through poor water and waste management, irresponsible selection of construction materials and practices, and even negligible maintenance protocols. The time has come when the possible benefits of cutting-edge green building practices can no longer be sidelined or ignored. In order to enhance sustainable practices pertaining to the built environment and reduce adverse environmental impact, construction must upgrade to align with evolving global sustainability targets. Green building rating systems are one such way to validate your building performance. We need to have national benchmarks, basically designed as a reference tool that assesses a building's performance and its impact on the environment. These rating systems provide a framework for energy efficient buildings that keep in mind occupant comfortable and energy saving as well. They bring a standardization in the vast industry in terms of environmental performance. With a holistic perspective on the development and operation of a green building, it is hoped that these systems will benefit the community at large through reduced emissions, a reduction in stress on natural resources and improved efficiency. Aligned with national standards and guidelines, the recently launched GREHA version 2019 is structured to introduce relatively newer concepts in the design and construction sector, life cycle analysis and life cycle cost analysis of materials, a water performance index intended to reduce the stress on municipal supply lines, emphasis on the treatment of grey and black water, the possibility of self-sufficiency through urban agriculture, the integration of renewable energy generation with optimized energy use, and enhanced management of waste with a focus on generators' responsibility. At the end of the day, we look to our buildings to shelter us from storm outside. It is where we retire to seek sanctuary, and that is precisely why one can anticipate heightened awareness and greater demand for sustainable spaces in days to come. Self-isolation, indoor disinfection, natural ventilation, and community management have become everyday bywords when it comes to combating the pandemic, and each of these measures involve securing ourselves indoors. Green buildings help ensure that these living spaces, where we now find ourselves confined for extended periods of time, do not contribute further to the deterioration of our health or the environment. Launched in 2020, the Building Fitness Indicator app by GREHA Council allows for organizations to check their building's preparedness against the spread of diseases such as COVID-19. It provides guidance based on standard practices followed across the globe, such as WHO, and in the country, that is Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, to enable individuals and organizations to check their building's preparedness against the spread of diseases. And let's be optimistic. Let's hope COVID will be the last pandemic, but there are scientific evidences otherwise as well. So we may have many more pandemics or many more diseases for which we should be prepared now. With the majority of global issues being attributed to an unsustainable way of life, now more than ever, it is imperative for consumers to realize the benefits of efficiency in energy and water consumption, waste management, and a reduction in environmental pollution. Given that green buildings inherently provide these services, we can definitely look forward to an increase in demand for sustainable buildings moving forward. While future ready signifies anticipating and planning for the way forward, when it comes to construction, it is an assessment process aimed at maximizing the life cycle and value of buildings in the face of unprecedented events or changes in the future. Over the years, people have become more conscious of the damaging effect of real estate infrastructure on the environment and their communities. According to reports, the real estate sector alone contributes to 40% of the global carbon emissions from construction and operations. No wonder whenever the pollution levels or the air pollution levels in the city goes up, one of the main activities that is stopped is that of construction. Taking this into consideration, there is a renewed focus on making decarbonizing and future-ready local infrastructure. When done right, one not only addresses the environmental challenges but also provide a cost-efficient solution to ensure social equity, community health and well-being. With greater awareness and sensitization, major strides are being made in terms of technology that has the potential to change the world we design and operate buildings. Communicable smart metering and monitoring systems capable of tracking energy and water consumption through web-hosted portals are becoming increasingly prevalent. A building life cycle analysis is used to reliably evaluate the sustainability of a building. Life cycle costing involves economic analysis directed at all costs related to construction, operation and maintenance of building over time. Together, LCC and LCA can allow effective tracking of the benefit conferred by implementing a particular technology. Successful sustainable development must also call to attention the environmental performance of India's existing building stock. Making existing buildings future ready will prove more cost efficient for developers, eventually leading to better returns on investment while ensuring the life cycle expansion and modernization of infrastructure. Construction is a multifaceted industry and each development a collaborative effort. I must also acknowledge the unending support and contribution of each member of your team. It is without doubt that the progress made thus far has been possible owing to continued commitment from a motivated team and the unwavering support of extraordinary individuals and organizations. As emerge from the pandemic, I am certain that each of you will remain a front runner in promoting sustainability and resilience. We must collectively strive to spearhead the transition toward a more environment-friendly lifestyle and provide long-term solutions that hold strong even in these challenging times. I am certain that in the coming days, we will watch this fraternity continue to grow and make an impact even beyond construction industry to build a holistic and healthy new India of tomorrow. Let's today resolve to constantly endeavor to make the world greener and healthier. Let's come together to build back better and ensure that the living and working spaces for us and the future generations are secure and sustainable. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Vibha Dhawan, for your thought-provoking address. Before we move on, once again, I would like to thank our co-powered partner, Flace Granito, and our gold partner, Tata Structura, for their support to the CWAB Awards. Undoubtedly, we've had a wonderful event this evening. We thank our special guest for joining us. Before we end the event, I would like all of you to take a quick glance at the screen for some of ASAP Info Global Group's upcoming events which may be of interest to you. The India Construction Festival 2021 will be held virtually this year on October 21st and 22nd. Part of the India Construction Festival will be 4 mega events. The India Road Conference and the Equipment India Awards 2021 will be organized on 21st October. 22nd October will see the Mega Projects Summit and the Construction World Annual Awards 2021. We also have the CW Design Build Awards Ahmedabad, which will be a hybrid event, physical and digital, organized on 17th September 2021. Also coming soon is the CW Design Build Awards Hyderabad and the CW Design Build Awards in Bangalore. And lastly, the IPF Industrial Virtual Expo will be held in January 2022. I now invite Mr. Tanveer Padode, Business Head Digital, ASAP Info Global Group, to propose the vote of thanks.
The CWAB Awards 2021 is co-powered by Flace Granito and gold partner Tata Structura.
Supporting partners Builders Association of India, National Highways Builders Federation, Construction Equipment Rental Association, Consulting Engineers Association of India, Terry, ISHRE, and knowledge partner Council of Architecture. We are very grateful for your support, especially in these times. We thank our jury for their time and commitment and for doing the tough job of sifting through excellence. Thank you, jurors. I'd also like to thank our panelists across all our pre-event webinars for their valuable insights. I would also like to thank our audience for their presence and patience. I would especially like to thank our ASAPians who have succeeded against all odds to get the job done and keep the show going year after year after year. Thank you, ASAPians. And last but not the least, I would like to thank our winners. We are here today because of what you do. Thank you for your commitment to building India. Last, I would like to talk about our new subscription product, CW Gold. CW Gold is a collection of premium digital content and tools for anybody interested in the construction space. We provide insight, analysis, opportunity, exclusive event invites, and much, much more. Please log on to constructionworld.in/gold for more information. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you, Mr. Tanveer Patode. Once again, heartiest congratulations to all our winners and thank you to all the stars of the evening. I would like to thank each one of you for joining us virtually this evening and being part of celebrating India's nation builders. I would also like to thank our co-powered partner for their support to the CWAB Awards this year, Flace Granito. Thank you all for joining us virtually this evening and see you next year. Meanwhile, do visit our website www.constructionworld.in for latest updates. Thank you and have a great evening.